We're at a location that went up in flames years ago. It was called the Red Boy Mine site. It's where the original stamp mill used to be, or what was here. And right up there used to be one of the water towers towards the mill. They actually have a sign over here telling you the history of this location.
John, let's go take a look.
And it went.
I tell you what, man, I would not want to work down that son of a bitch on the day at work.
What's down there, Jacob?
Right here, that motherfucker was deep.
Oh boy.
This here is actually all the information about this location
Hi, Jacob.
and what happened here. Red Boy Mine. Just playing with metal. We were just at the Fremont Powerhouse, just up the hill. That location, the Fremont Powerhouse, powered the mine shafts and the dredge that's down in the Sumpter.
Wow. That's taking a lot of power.
Yes, they use wooden tubes like this with the wire in it and ran it to all the mine shafts and the dredge while they mined and dredged for gold.
Okay, what is behind you? Everyone seems to be looking at.
This used to be one of the sites of the stamp mill that used to stand here.
Oh, there's a giant hole in the ground, John.
Yep.
They dynamited this closed or something?
No, fire.
Yeah, this is the remains of the stamp mill that caught on fire.
Fire happened here and destroyed the whole building, and it collapsed and everything else. But it was the stamp mill.
Granite had 4th of July had fireworks here during 4th of July, and they accidentally set the building on fire.
Oops.
Yeah.
So, and the next stop is actually granite. You can see it on our next stop down the hill. So, see you there.
Cool.
In the early 1880s, the Red Boy vein was located and claimed by Daniel Pinson, a Cherokee Indian. The claim did not pan enough free gold to work without a mill. His only legacy is the mine's name. In 1886, it became a paying proposition when William Graham and 3 partners milled the ore with an arostra, a primitive type of milling operation. In 1883, the claim was sold to Walla Walla, Washington investors who installed a 5-stamp mill. Then Baker City businessmen leased the Red Boy to 2 miners by the names of Heil and Allen. 1894 A.G. Tabor E. G. Godfrey and Clark Tabor subleased the mine and installed a Crawford mill on site. Immediate profit was made. Soon they arranged the purchase of the claim and added it to their Congo, Golden Monarch, and Blaine claims. These claims became known as the Red Boy Mine and were profitable for several years. 1898 brought a large expansion. With a new ore chute, a new 20-stamp mill was installed and plans were made to sink a shaft to great depth. They erected a boarding house, shops, and all necessary buildings. The Red Boy produced yields from $14 to $20 per ton. It was considered by many to be the best property in the state. On July 19, 1899, a government patent was issued for the Red Boy, Congo, Golden Monarch, Blaine, and Climax claims, moving them from claims to private property. The years from 1898 to 1902 saw the Red Boy mine become one of the best-known mines in the district. It was a showpiece of modern equipment. Eventually, the ore became lower grade, the veins smaller, and the cost of pumping the water out of the lower levels of the mine too costly. In 1900, the owners initiated the Fremont Power Company. Water was piped from Olive Lake, 8 miles from the Red Boy, to an electrical plant in Congo Gulch. The electricity powered not only the Red Boy, but all of the other mines and towns in the area. The powerhouse and piping from this 7-year project can still be seen today between here and Olive Lake. The storage capacity of the lake was increased for the project and benefits recreational use today. In 1903, new owners took control. They combined several other mines under the name Red Boy Consolidated Gold Mines, and great things were planned. At the height of its operation, the Red Boy encompassed almost 300 acres and total production was approximately $1 million. This amount is calculated at the price of gold, which was set at approximately $20 per ounce. The plant was completed in 1907 and started generating electricity in 1908. The low grade or never improved, the mine and tunnels were allowed to fill, and final closure came in 1914. In July 1923, townspeople were holding a 4th of July celebration and picnic at the Red Boy. During the festivities, a large bonfire was lit and the old mill building, tramway and hoist house went up in smoke. The only thing left of the huge buildings is the rockwork, as a silent, amazing tribute to the hundreds of miners, engineers, businessmen and families that were involved with the opening up of this area. The late 1930s brought a new type of mining to the area. Bucket line dredges were being used along all of the creeks. The dredge was moved up a creek by the means of cables and winches which pulled it along as it dug, moving the pond it was sitting in along with it. The mine went through several owners and was sold at 2 different sheriff's auctions from 1914 to the 1940s. In the 1970s, the Red Boy came to the attention of the Forest Service because of the water which was flowing out of the old mine tunnel. Reclamation and other work were started in cooperation with the private landowners. The old tunnel was plugged and the water was piped down to settling ponds. This helped to protect the native trout and migrating salmon which come up Clear Creek to spawn each fall. Built as the hospital for Sumpter in 1900. This home has today's technology and creature comforts but history. Built in 1900 and opened as Sumpter General Hospital in 1912, gold prices dropped after the rush and the medical doctors moved into Baker City. The building became Miss Betsy's Hotel and served as a brothel to the town. Then in 1917 a fire started in the hotel kitchen a few blocks away and raced along the wooden streets which housed the firehouses beneath. Most of the town, nearly 12 city blocks, was destroyed. 4,000 people left homeless. Among the buildings destroyed was the Masonic Hall, so later that same year they moved into the old hospital building. It then remained a Masonic temple for 55 years. In the early 70s it went into private hands and today J. and Barbara Phillips are the 3rd private owners and have restored it to its original grace and beauty. They have run it as the Sumper Bed and Breakfast since 1997.
Hey John, where are we at?
We're actually located in Sumter. Sumter had a fire back in the 1917. Destroyed the whole town. I mean the whole town. Only 3 buildings remained after the fire. And one of the buildings is still active, which is actually now the bed and breakfast. It used to be the hospital back then. The building right over there on the other side of this one, it's a brick building. That also survived. And the final building is none other than just, technically, the vault from the bank that was completely destroyed. And right here is the bank vault.
And there's still some stuff in there.
And this
Fantastic.
structure was constructed with donations made in the living memory of Jeremy Mays, and Myers.
Myers. Thank you, Mr. Myers.
So you can actually see the original brick they had covering the vault, and it was thick. And if you come around here, you can actually see the whole thing. And the reason why they covered it with what you see today is to actually keep it from decaying. The whole town actually had wooden planks throughout the town and on the roads. And that's what destroyed the whole town.
We're gonna look at some of that concrete and that metal, how they put it together, just in case it's useful to us. Wow. Right on.
Bank was established in 1899 with a capital stock of $10,000. The first officers were A. P. Goss, President, and A. H. Goss, Cashier. The bank was destroyed by fire on August 13, 1917, and the vault is all that remains.